On this Saturday night, welcome in to Amy Wood. Now, I'm Amy Wood, and I'm glad you're with us because we are talking about this Haywood Mall situation today, which so many of you wound up in the middle of. I know you've seen some pictures online. We've been showing you those as we continue to keep an eye on what is happening. I'm telling you, it is disturbing right now to think about two people being injured in this shooting. So many people terrified, afraid, running outside to get to the phones so they could call people they know and let them know that they were okay. This is really an unusual situation, and I just want to make sure you have a chance to hear all about the details because I did talk to an eyewitness, someone who was right there in the food court. She is a grandmother. Her granddaughter had gone out to get the car. She had gone back to get a refill on her drink when the unimaginable happened. And I found her because she was live streaming in her 70s outside the mall from this terrifying situation. And so I saw the live stream and then I found her, kind of worked my way to get to her so we could talk. And let me tell you, she is an incredible woman. And I want to play some of that live stream for you so you can get a feel for exactly what was happening, how crazy it was, what she witnessed, and that her initial kind of mood and sentiment as it happened. Listen.
Y'all, we was in food court eating, and all of a sudden, gunshots everywhere. Lots of them. Me and Danielle down here looking for a car. We getting ready to get in the car and leave. She had just stepped outside to go get the car, and I was getting a refill on my drink. Everybody started running now. Everybody. I had to fall down on the floor, and I ducked down. I ducked down. Oh, Lord Jesus, thank you. Lord help us. They got more cars coming, you hear? Yeah, we getting ready to go. All right. They start shooting. Lots of gunshots. Police is still coming. Yep, they coming out this over with. But they there. Lots of them. Oh, Lord. Me and Danielle getting ready to go. We getting out from up here. All right. Thank God we okay. I'm okay because she had left out the mall to go get the car, and I went to go get me a refill, and that's when it started happening. And I ducked down. I started crawling. I hurt my knee, but I'm okay. All right, we gone. Police is still.
Jeanette is incredible. She is really a remarkable person. She's a tough cookie, I'll tell you that. And I'm going to have a full interview with her coming up because I had an extended interview, more than what I showed you already on social media, where she just walks through the whole experience. But I also have other people who've reached out. And I want to read you some of the comments that have been coming in because this is from somebody that was there at the mall. Hold on, I'm going to get this out of the way. And this is Jennifer saying that they were in the food court. They heard the shots fired. She counted 12 shots. It was chaotic. Police got to the scene quickly and kept her informed and told them when it was safe for them to actually leave. We've also got some other comments coming in. This is quite the story from Kristen Timothy. They were at the Palmetto Moon below the food court. At least 5 shots that she heard. They ran to a storage room in the back. The men moved cabinets and shelving to the front doors, locking them for extra security. Once they were evacuated, she says, we walked out of the store, out the exit, and walked all through broken glass all over the place in front of Palmetto Moon from a barrier being shot out right above us next to the escalators. She said, we waited outside to get our vehicle because it was parked at the food court entrance, and they were arresting some of the suspects about 20 to 30 yards from her car. She says she went down to Palmetto Moon, eating at the food court. 20 minutes later is when it happened. And the young man who works at Palmetto Moon is a veteran of the National Guard. And she says, shout out to him. He did an amazing job securing all of us in a storage room and continuing to give them updates. And here is another story, an experience from Karen. Karen Loudermilk. She says, my granddaughter was there with her boyfriend, and when the shots rang out, they hit the floor and then they ran for the exit. She says she ran out of her shoes, fell twice, left her phone, shoes, and wallet behind. They're hoping that law enforcement will reconnect people with the things they left behind. And you'll hear in my interview with Jeanette that she was seeing that, people just leaving everything, purses everywhere, just running for their lives. And we've also got Jan here. Jan says, my husband and I had just got to the mall and had to go to the restroom. We came out, started to the food court when we heard the shots and people started running and screaming. She said she had on flip-flops. She lost one running out. She says it was terrifying. People were running over other people. It was insane. She said she's thankful she had to go to the bathroom, or they would have been further up and possibly injured. Thankful that God had a hand of protection on the situation, on them, and on so many others. Because if you listen to these stories, especially about the gunfire, uh, it's incredible that more people were not injured, because this was a crowded place. It's a food court. You know the way the food court is at the Haywood Mall. It's always busy. And on a Saturday in the summer, on a hot Saturday in the summer, it's going to be a pretty busy place. All right, let's get to Jeanette's full interview. This is an 8-minute interview. So if you don't want to stick around, cool, or you can, if you're watching the replay, you can fast forward if you don't want to see the whole thing. But she really is compelling. She's a really good teller of the story she experienced. So let me put that up for you. I was not dressed at the time. I'm no makeup. I look rough, but who cares? Here you go.
Guys, I have Jeanette Knuckles with me. She was
Trying to get
in
it
the
to play. Let
mall.
me see what I
She
need
was
to do
right in
here.
the middle of the
I guess I need to get
gunfire.
these down. Hold on.
Jeanette, are you okay?
I'm just still shaking up and what you call it over, what you call it excited and
Mm-hmm.
surprised, a bit surprised. I wasn't
Sure.
expecting this. Me and my granddaughter was sitting there eating. Everything was so comfortable. All the children, the parents with their kids and babies. It was just so full of people, just having a nice time out eating. And my granddaughter was getting, we was finished eating, and my granddaughter went to go get the car. I told her, go get the car. I'm going to get a refill on my drink. And no sooner she left to go get the car, I went to Philly Steak Cheese to get me a refill. And that's when heard pow, 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 pow. And I looked and I saw everybody running and ducking and trying to get out of there. And I was like, what is going on? I didn't know what was going on. And that's when I jumped down. I got down to the floor. I fell. I was crawling out of there. I start crawling on my knees. And I
Bless your
seen
heart.
people dropping their cell phones behind, their pocketbooks behind, their sunglasses, everything was falling behind. They just had to get out of there. And I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
behind this lady with her two babies in a stroller. She was trying to get to a door. She had a double stroller with her two babies in it.
Mm,
And we trying to, and then they had one door, side door, we couldn't get out. They had it locked and blocked. We couldn't get out that side
wow.
door. So we had to go around to the main door to get out. And we couldn't escape. It wasn't nowhere to escape but one door. And I'm still hurting and I'm out of breath and I'm trying to hurry up and get to the door to get out of there. They still shooting. As I was leaving, crawling, the gun was still going off. It was still pow,
Seriously.
pow, 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 pow. It was just going like a firecracker. Just pow, 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 pow. Just going, just going. Whoever it was, they wasn't stopping.
Wow.
They was just determined to get as many as they can get. And I was too scared to look up to see who it was. I couldn't see. Wasn't nobody trying to find out who it was. They was trying to
No.
get out of there.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
was trying to scrape the exit to get out of that mall, out that food court.
Oh
Oh
my
Lord Jesus.
goodness. So you get outside and then what happens?
When I get outside, everybody's still trying to run and get out of there. I mean, everybody was just going every which way. We didn't care which way we were going, long as we got out of there. And I was looking for my granddaughter. I was shaking. I was at that
Mm,
time. I'm shaking. I'm out of breath. I'm hurting, and my pants got wet because my cup of drink had fell on me when I went down. I didn't care about that. And I asked. I thought it was blood. I asked what my granddaughter. I found her. I said, "Am I hit? Am I bleeding?" She said, "No, Grandma, you're not bleeding." I said, "Take it." Okay. Then my knees was hurting from falling. I don't care about my knees hurting. But I asked her, look on my back, see if I have any blood back there, cause I had her to check me out, make sure I wasn't bleeding, cause I didn't know if I got hit or not.
Sure.
She said, no, you don't, nothing's back there. I said, okay, thank you. And I started praying to God. Thank you, Jesus.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, Lord. And that's when the police came there within minutes. They was there. I mean, all kinds of cars just coming in. Fire truck, county, city, all of them coming all in.
Oh, just a terrifying experience, Jeanette.
Yes, ma'am. And we were about to leave and go to Macy's because I was telling her that I love to go in Macy's and other stores up there because we was going to leave and go to Macy's. We're going to go drive around on the other side to get to Macy's because I'm trying to get ready for my son's father's funeral tomorrow. And we was trying to go
Oh, I'm
find some black
sorry.
shoes. But I didn't get a chance to get that. So we were just trying to get up out of there. My granddaughter, she was looking for me and I passed right by her. And I said, come here, babe, come here. Here I am, here, grandma. She said, "Oh, Grandma, I was looking for you." And there was a lady with her little boy. They was crying. They was down on further. The little boy was crying. I said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" I was checking on other people. I
Mm.
was. I was just going to people, just seeing if they okay. And she said, "Well, I'm waiting on my husband. He didn't come out." I said, "Oh, well, he's probably in there." Try to catch his phone. I said, a lot of people was dropping their phone. So that's probably what's going on. She said, "Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah, he probably dropped his phone." And so he's okay. I found out soon
Oh,
later that
thank goodness.
he's
Yeah.
yeah, he's okay. But I did see them take a lady on a stretcher, put her in the ambulance. They took her on. And I seen another person on a stretcher. They put that person in the ambulance. They gone. So I left at that time. I don't know who else was left in in the food court in there laying down. I don't know.
Well,
I
we
don't know.
understand, just so you know, that the police
Hmm.
have said two people were hospitalized, so two people were shot. It
Okay.
is amazing when you say how
Yes.
much gunfire that you
Yes,
heard.
ma'am.
Are you
Yes, ma'am.
shocked that it's only two people?
Um, only two people that got in the ambulance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that
that's
that were
all.
shot.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that I seen put on the stretcher going into the ambulance. I stood
Hmm.
out there trying to wait and see how many is coming out. I saw two get into the ambulance, and that was it. I was ready to go. I told my granddaughter,
Yes,
"Let me get
ma'am.
up out of here. I got to go."
Well, I'm
I did.
sorry to make you. I'm
Did they
sorry to make
find the
you go
people?
back through. Yeah, they've detained several people, so several
Okay,
people have been
good,
detained. I'm not
good.
sure who will wind up facing
Right,
charges, but
right.
they have. They're
Yeah.
talking to people, and
Well,
they
yes, ma'am.
hospitalized two people. So they say two
Oh,
people were shot. Are you
yeah.
shocked that it's only two people?
Yeah, because of the rounds that they was shooting. Yeah, I'm surprised that it was two. Well, I'm not
Mhm.
hoping it was more, but
Yeah,
just
of
by
course not.
the rounds that they was doing.
Yeah.
You know, the rounds, the many times it was like it just going pow, 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 pow. I don't know
Wow.
what kind of going, but it would just kept going on and on like a firecracker, firecracker just shooting off. But it really, and I didn't know what was going on. I seen people because I had my back turned. I was at Philly cheesesteak. I had my back turned, telling the young lady to give me a refill so I can go. I was gonna take the drink with me. And I have to look back and saw people running and running and jumping. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? That's when I started jumping down. I went dead to the floor. I always been told, drop to the floor, drop to the floor, go low as you can get down. That I have learned that many years, do that, drop down. Don't stand up because you stand up, you're giving a target.
Yep.
So I fell to the floor. I fell down and I crawled myself out. I crawled out. That's how it kind of hurt my knee, crawling on my knees.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
when I crawled all the way near the door, that's when I kind of scooped up a little bit, just enough to get on out of there. And that lady was trying to get her babies out of there. She got caught trying to get out that side door, but it was locked, had a lock on it. They had that blocked off. I was like, oh my God.
Wish it was
Oh
open,
my
right?
God. Yes, man. Wished it was open. I would have went out that door with her. But we
Yeah.
both had to go around it to the main door to get out. Me and her both. And she was trying to get her babies out of there. But she did make it out. She made it out with
Good.
her
I'm
babies.
so glad.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
I'm so glad you're okay. I
Hmm.
know this was a
Yes, ma'am.
terrifying
Yeah.
experience. I'm
Yes,
so
ma'am.
sorry you had to go
Yes,
through it.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's why I don't really like going out and mostly in public. I'm a homebody person and I like to stay home. But I was out with my granddaughter and we was trying to get ready for the funeral tomorrow.
Yes.
And
I'm
we
so
was
sorry
going
for your
shopping.
loss. I'm so
Yes,
sorry
ma'am.
for your
Thank you.
loss.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna keep praying for the ones that's still there and pray that nobody else is hurt. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Put my
Thank you
prayers
so
in the
much,
family.
Jeanette, for talking
Yes,
with
ma'am.
us.
Oh, Amy, you are more than welcome. Just keep my number and keep me in touch because I like to keep it going on my page. Come to my page, girl. You'll learn a lot up
I,
there
s-
too. 'Cause
I saw that. You have quite the following, Jeanette.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
you're you're
Yes,
a neat
ma'am.
lady. Thank you for spending some time
Thank
with
you.
us. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. God bless you.
God
God
bless
bless
you.
you.
Oh, sorry, you guys. I failed to open my mic. Apologies. So, thanks to Jeanette for filling us in. I want you to know that I have reached out to the mall. You may have heard her say that she felt that there was a door blocked that they could not get out of. There was like an alternative way to get out, but it was locked and unable to leave. So they had to go back out into the danger area to leave. And she was pointing out that that did not seem good. So I've reached out to the mall ownership. I'm trying to get an interview with them and or a statement about that. Haven't heard back. I'm just checking my email right here, and I'm not seeing any response from them yet. So hopefully on Monday, since it's a weekend, they may not be staffed up. Can you can hear me now, right? And then I've also checked with Greenville Police because a lot of you have been asking me in the comments and in all these stories you're sharing. Um, what's going on with charges? Who's been arrested? Who's charged? All they've told us so far at my last piece of information from the station was that they've detained people. They have not said how many. They have not said any arrests or charges. So we're trying to get that information from the police, but I think they're probably trying to figure out. I mean, it was a chaotic scene. They're probably trying to make sure they've got the right people and got the right charges and all of that. So it is just so sad, right? Southern Bell is saying, so sad. It is so sad. It's just an unfortunate situation. We hate to have things like this happening in the community. I can't tell you the number of parents I heard from who they were in like dressing rooms and they've got little kids and they're running out in bare feet and, there's broken glass. And I mean, it was just a terrifying situation for all these families that were there doing whatever, summer shopping, whatever they were doing, normal Saturday activity at the mall. And there, some parents are like, I'm never going back. We'll never be able to go back. Our kids are traumatized. So yeah, it's a serious situation. And a lot of people are, frustrated that their kids got exposed to that. I mean, it's the worst of the scenarios for a mom and dad. And I mean, you don't want to put your kids in danger. You shouldn't have to go into the mall. So we will be asking questions, trying to find out what's going on, if they will be increasing security, etc. And Melissa is saying that her cousin was eating at the food court. So that's so scary for him, I'm sure. But he's not hurt, I hope. I hope he's okay. I have seen someone saying that they have like a niece or nephew in surgery, was shot twice, asking for prayers. I can't confirm it, so I'm not going to obviously share names, but I did see a post about that circulating. So, hopefully everybody's going to be okay that was injured today. Susan says, that's why I don't like going to the mall, because people are crazy today. People are crazy. It is. I mean, they keep proving it to us on the news over and over again. We keep telling you about the crazy things that are happening all the time. So again, we will keep an eye on this. I do believe we've reported to you on shootings. Like we had another situation where a gun went off in the parking lot a while back that I covered. So we'll ask some questions. We'll find out what's going on, what they plan to do. I don't know what the mall policy is right now about, I don't even know if the suspects are young, old, I really don't know specifics about the suspects, but if it is young people, I do remember that they had policies in the past where you couldn't go to the mall unaccompanied, like you had to be with an adult. And I don't know if that was back in the 90s, I feel like, here in Greenville, and Spartanburg. So I think they may get back to that again. Who knows? But stay tuned. We will be checking into it. Chelsea Miller saying, what's the full story? The full story, we really don't know. All I can tell you is based on eyewitness accounts, what happened in the mall, and what, that there was gunfire, that there was a lot of gunfire, and that people were terrified, and that families and all kinds of people felt like they had a very close call, and that it was extremely scary for them. 2 people were shot. That's what we know from the police. Several people were detained, but they've not told us whether they're charged. They've not told us specifics of how many. They obviously have not given us names. So we don't have a lot of specifics about the law enforcement side of this yet. They are going to have to get back to us. I can tell you that people said the cops showed up fast. Like they were there lickety split, that people were describing. So far, I've had a lot of people saying things that are encouraging about the law enforcement response. They felt reassured and they got clear directions and they knew what to do. And, they were praising law enforcement in some of the comments that I've shared tonight. So, so that is, great on the side of, the aftermath of it. The question will become, as this thing goes forward, how do you prevent it? How do you stop it from happening again? And that's what people want to know. They want to know, how are you going to make me feel safe? And some people who were there today, I don't know that they'll ever feel safe going back, to be honest, the way they've been posting. They were terrified, and they were with their kids, and it's just an absolute trauma for their little families. So again, I will keep an eye on this. I will be posting, if I get anything new. And if you guys have anything new, I was asking you, giving you my text line for the the Amy Wood Now Newsy Network. It's a tip line. It's 864-990-3431. It's on all my social media pages. So if you didn't write it down, don't worry. Just go to the top of the page and you'll see it there listed in my contact information. I also have an email address there. So if you want to email pictures, video, if anybody has video of the actual gunfire, if anyone has, oh gosh, any other video of what happened, suspects, whatever, just send me whatever you got. But we will keep our eyes on this story. It is an important story based on your reactions, based on hundreds of people that were there and basically traumatized by this in our community. It was sort of a community experience today. And that is why I've been with you working on my day off to try to make sure you guys have the information you need in a timely fashion. And yes, Southern Belle is right. I mean, it is actually a miracle that more people were not hurt, in my opinion, based on all the gunfire discussion. I keep hearing people say anywhere from 12 to 20 shots. That's what witnesses are saying. It's a wide range. And when you're experiencing something like that, I've never experienced it. So I can only imagine that it might seem worse than it is, maybe. I don't know. I just know I've experienced things in life that when I have a moment to look back on it, oh, it wasn't 20 shots, it was 10, but it might have felt like that many. So we're going to have to see. I'm sure the law enforcement will have literally a number of shots that were fired because they'll be able to look at cameras in the building and pick up on security cameras how many shots were fired, et cetera. So we'll start to get more of the specific facts tomorrow, Monday, and we should be getting, I would think, information about any kind of arrests or charges, I would think, hopefully by tomorrow at the latest. So stay with us. If we get more information, you know that I will pass it along to you. I'll do a post, of course, and then I might do another video update tomorrow, getting back to you to keep you up to date. So thanks for watching. Thanks for trusting me, and I will be back soon. And again, if you have anything you want to share, DM me, text me, whatever way you want to reach out. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Stay safe.